Hi friends, welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. My name's Safia and today I'm sharing some Lawn Fawn products with you. I have the Summer Friends stamp set and dies, and that's what I'm going to be using to make my card with today. I love coloring in images, so to get this stamp set was an absolute treat for me. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm doing here is lining up all of the images in the stamp set. Not all of the sentiments, but all of the images that came with it. I'm stamping all of them. I just find when you have everything stamped and colored, it is a lot easier to design a card. And so usually when I'm designing something, I stamp out everything and then decide what I'm going to be using for my card. So to get those images stamped in, I'm using my Memento Tuxedo black ink. This is always great when you're coloring in with alcohol markers because the color doesn't bleed. So I'm gonna go ahead and start coloring. I used that piece of patterned paper in the corner just as a guide as to what colors I want to use. Sometimes if you can't come up with your own color palette or you feel confused, it is always easy to use a piece of patterned paper for inspiration for what colors to use. Because yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel lost with that, and sometimes I do too. I also thought that I would use that paper in the background of my card, but later I decided to change my mind on that because it is a little busy, and when you're coloring, or at least when I'm coloring, I don't like having a really busy card. So I decided to use something a little bit more mellow later, like it's just a orangey yellow color, but it ended up going great with the colors that I had used. So yeah, I will link every color that I have used in the description below this video. If you decide to pick anything up, the links will be there too. There is going to be a lot of colors, but I did try to use families except for the green and the brown there. I kind of mixed colors. I used yellow, orange, and brown, but for everything else, I did try to stay in the color family, so that'll kind of make it easy for you when you decide to color. The great thing I found, and this was kind of a surprise for me this time around, is that Lawn Fawn doesn't have their dies attached together anymore. So this ended up saving me about 20 minutes because I didn't have to detach those dies, and I was so happy about that. Like usually I don't even buy dies because I find it so annoying to cut them apart because that takes away from the whole card making experience. Like you're in a zone and then suddenly you can't be in that zone because now you have to spend time cutting dies, and sometimes those little pieces would fly everywhere and then you have to clean them up so your toddler doesn't step on them or walk on them. But anyways, look at that. Beautiful. I was so happy. Like this is such a treat. So Lawn Fawn, if you're watching this video, thank you for detaching those dies for me. Like this is great. And now there's no pokey pieces on the side. Okay, I think I'm getting a little bit carried away, but you know, it is really awesome. So I just die cut all of those fruits out, and then I use the rounded rectangular dies to cut out the biggest one. I have the smaller ones there, so this is the biggest of the smaller set of rectangular dies, and I cut it out in watercolor paper. So I wanted to have a blue background, and so I'm just using my watercolor palette and picking out some blues to create a bit of a splash in the background. So I used a lighter blue to start, and then I used a little bit of a darker color. You're not even going to notice this in the end product, but I thought sometimes you have to go a little bit darker to achieve the color that you want, because after watercolor dries, it does get a little bit lighter. And so even though I'm using these dark colors, and I removed some of that color from there because I was like, oh my God, like this is absolutely too dark. But then I left some color on the sides and dabbed a little bit of extra color in. And then I just dried it with my heat gun. I didn't want to wait for it to dry. So now I'm just going to take my black marker here and just splatter a little bit on top of that, just to give that even a little bit more texture than it already has. And then I'm going to take all of my fruit pieces and start arranging them onto my card. So oh, I guess before I did that, there's some little cute faces that came on this stamp set, and I'm like, I can't not use the faces. Like, I need these little drinks and fruits to have little faces. And so I took all of the little faces out and I stamped them onto my fruit pieces. There are a couple of stamps in there that look like they're just eyes, but those are actually blush. So if you're not coloring in those fruit pieces really dark, you can add some pink blush to each of those pieces of fruit. So now I'm just stamping my greeting. I decided to put the May Your Summer Be Filled with Smiles kind of together, and then stamp it with some Versamark ink onto some black cardstock because I really wanted my greeting to stand out. And then I'm just pouring my white embossing powder on top, and if you get pieces like that, you can just flick it off. And now I'm just gonna heat emboss this. So here's my heat gun, and I like to go from the bottom so that I don't over emboss, and also keep moving that gun as you're embossing, because if you keep it in one spot, you will over melt the greeting. So now we're just going to start assembling the card. I always like to have a white card base so that the inside, I don't have to put any additional white pieces in there. I can stamp directly on there, write directly on there, which always makes it easier. And I decided to go with this sunny paper because I had that blue watercolor splash on the next page. I just wanted something that would contrast that and not really blend into the background. So if I had used that colorful paper that I started with, it would have really took away from that watercolor splash, and I didn't want that. So when you're gluing down watercolor paper, make sure you get your liquid glue all over the edges because it will lift, and use a really nice strong glue to glue that down. I find that if you don't put enough glue on watercolor paper, it will just lift right off, and you really don't want that. Now for the greeting, initially I thought I was maybe gonna cut that out or trim it or something, but when I saw the look of it right in the center, I really liked how it looked and it just popped. So I decided to just leave it as is and glue it right in the middle of my card. I usually design my cards as I go, so a lot of times I do change what I'm gonna do. And now I'm gonna layer those pieces of fruit onto the card. And for that, I decided to use foam squares so that they really pop up on top of the card and don't blend into that blue background. I also wanted them to kind of be on that black because that made them pop even a little bit more than if they were just on the blue area. So I just arranged them the way I wanted, and then I'm using my foam squares to lift them off the card. And once I was done, I decided not to add any embellishments. I did add some yellow ones to see how it would look, but it was just too much. So then I just took my black marker there and I just added some of my own additional dots onto that blue just to make them stand out a little bit more. And that is my finished card. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please go ahead and subscribe to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. You can also go to my channel and subscribe. I usually do mostly reels now, but I always have something coming up on there. So thanks for watching and have a good rest of your day. Bye.